Very briefly, just some remarks about the posts published before. Among key factors, the drivers of the development of pre-Romanesque and Romanesque art in Europe can be named, first of all, the interlacing of local artistic traditions with Christian elements. Secondly, the factor of networks, different types of networks, religious contacts, monastic missions, migration of missionaries, monks, scholars, and of course artists, direct influence, trade routes, and so on. Three, the factor of human capital accumulation. As you can see in the previous posts, different monasteries, abbeys, and centers of manuscript domination develop their own specific styles with distinctive features. Four, resources, of course, also had the influence of the development of art. The most obvious examples are stave churches in Scandinavia, as wood was there in abundance, while brick was introduced later with the spread of Romanesque style. Five, also for sure we can find political motives in pre-Romanesque and Romanesque art, and interesting cases can be found, for example, in the Asturian art. Then, key incentives for the development of art were created by the Institute of Patronage. However, at the same time, in different places, these incentives also existed, and periods of iconoclasm, for example, in the Byzantine Empire, are just one of these examples. And now, regarding the Romanesque art, what should be said? Several factors of environment can be named. It's increased economic activity, increased exports from Europe, demographic growth, urbanization, and for example, as part of urbanization, we can name the growth of city-states in Italy. Then, the growth of pilgrimage and expansion of monasticism, enhanced contacts with within Europe and with Constantinople, with the East. Also, with the growth of cities, larger shares of population went to churches, and that meant more spaces were needed, and that's one of the factors why these heavy, massive Romanesque churches were constructed. But it's just one of the factors. And moreover, as a lay public was illiterate for the most part, the word of God was translated to them through symbols, through symbolism like like Romanesque church portals or other sculptural compositions. And also with the growing number of pilgrims, the donations to monasteries and churches also increased, and they could be spent on decoration, so that to attract even more pilgrims and people. In general, the demand for aesthetics in Romanesque Europe grew as well. But not only the mentioned aspects were important. For more detailed information, check the bio with the link to the article which I've written about these matters, but more importantly, check the sources and visit on the website.